Hi, lovelies. Now more than ever, I think it's really important to make every dollar count, especially when it comes to your weekly grocery shop. In fact, research suggests that the average grocery bill could increase by up to $700 per household this year. And that's a really significant jump, which is why today I wanted to share my 10 favorite tips for trimming your grocery bill each and every week. The best part is these tips are really easy to do and they could save you up to 33% on your weekly grocery bill, which is a lot of dough when you add it all up. Now to get started, we are going to take a trip to our produce section, and my first tip is to buy whole produce as opposed to the pre-chopped kind. Now trust me, I understand how tempting it is to buy pre-chopped produce, but by doing just this, you could be saving up to 25% on your grocery bill. For example, a head of broccoli at my local grocery store goes for $2.98, while a bag of pre-chopped broccoli florets goes for $3.98. So that is a big difference in price and a big difference in savings if you're willing to just do the work of chopping your own veggies. My next tip is to consider buying frozen produce instead of fresh when it's out of season. Now, frozen produce sometimes gets a bad rep, but the truth is frozen produce actually retains its nutrients as well, and in some cases better than its fresh counterparts, because it's often picked at the peak of its ripeness and then flash frozen right away to retain its nutrients. Now, in a colder climate like where I am, things like blueberries are only in season for a very short period of time during the summer. The rest of the year, fresh blueberries can cost up to $2.88 per 100 grams, while frozen blueberries cost just 66 cents per 100 grams and taste just as good in one of my morning smoothies. That's a savings of 77%. That's no joke. Another important tip when you're trying to save money at the supermarket is always to compare price per unit. So that means you want to be comparing grams to grams and ounces to ounces and pounds to pounds. Otherwise, you're basically comparing apples to oranges. Now, this can take a bit of fourth grade math or just the handy dandy calculator on your phone. But the good news is most supermarkets list price per unit in small text just below the main price. So use that handy dandy calculator and get your price per unit on. Another great way to stretch your budget at the supermarket is to buy house brands instead of name brands. Now, most supermarkets offer house brand products that are manufactured in the very same facilities as their name brand counterparts, but just with different packaging and a lot less marketing, which is why they can be offered at such a big discount. Remember that marquee products are usually stored at the center shelves of your grocery store, right at eye level. But if you look down or look up, you can find those house brand products and you could be saving up to 25% on them. For example, a bottle of brand name ketchup at my supermarket is listed at $3.98, while a bottle of house brand ketchup that tastes almost exactly the same is listed at $2.98. Which one do you think I bought? Next, don't fall for sales unless they make sense. Don't get me wrong, sales can be a great way to save, but it's important to really know your pricing to make sure you're getting a good deal. This is where a price per unit comparison can come in really handy. For example, when I went to my supermarket to make this video, I saw that the name brand barbecue sauce was on sale, but that the house brand barbecue sauce, which tastes almost exactly the same, was still 22% less expensive than the sale barbecue sauce. Do you see what I mean? It's important to understand when you're getting a good deal and when you're not. Another great tip for savings is to be flexible with your cooking. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys know I am all about planning ahead. But that being said, if you show up at the supermarket and you were planning on chicken for dinner, but the pork loin is on sale, definitely go ahead and buy the pork loin because you're going to end up with lots of extra money in your pocket. In fact, buy two if they're on sale and freeze one, so you've got two dinners taken care of. Am I right? Another great way to save each and every week is to eat more plant-based proteins. Things like beans, lentils, and tofu are all great sources of protein, but a lot less expensive than meat products. For example, tofu at my supermarket is 60% less expensive than chicken. So I highly recommend either practicing Meatless Monday or going vegetarian for 1 meal per day, and you can save really big. Next, keep an eye out for reduced priced items like baked goods or lunch meats that might be getting close to their expiry date but are still completely safe to eat. These items can be reduced up to 30% for quick sale, and as long as you can consume them quickly, you really have nothing to lose. In fact, you end up saving quite a bit. Another great way to save is to buy in bulk, but only when it makes sense. Perishable items like produce should not be purchased in bulk unless you're sure you can get through it all before it spoils, which, as we all know, is often not the case. Conversely, non-perishable items like canned goods, nuts, rice, pasta, and coffee can all be bought in bulk, and you'll usually get great savings. In fact, I always buy my coffee in bulk because I love it so much, and I end up saving about 20% on every purchase just by buying the bigger canister, which, let's be honest, I'm sure to get through. My final tip, guys, is to always collect those loyalty points. Almost every major supermarket in North America offers some sort of loyalty program, and those are points you are making on things you're already buying anyway, so you really have nothing to lose. But you could gain free groceries, cash back, or any number of other amazing perks that could save you big in the long run. So don't forget to swipe for your points at each and every visit. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope these tips help save you some money at the supermarket. In fact, they saved me 33% on my grocery bill this week alone. If you have any awesome tips for saving money at the supermarket, be sure to leave those in the comments because you know how much I love hearing from you. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.